Are you tired of weak, watered-down coffee, blackout coffee? It is one of a kind. It is fresh roasted right here in Florida, and it is shipped fast to all 50 states. So go to blackoutcoffee.com/scroll and use code SCROLL for 20% off your first order. Don't settle. Upgrade your coffee now. All right, so as you can see, things are looking a little different today. We were in the swamp. We are in DC. Rumble has been so kind to let us use their DC studio. So just took a few minutes to get things going. You know, we're in a new location. We're just trying to get, and maybe it's because we've had a few beers. No, we've had a few sips. Don't worry. But let's get into what we have on deck for tonight's show. Sombrero-gate has gotten way bigger, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. Plus, the United States Navy, it is 250 years old. Happy birthday. And this administration is celebrating the end to wokeness, victim mentalities, and DEI. Plus, Portland protesters, they are an embarrassment to the human race. Kamala Harris, also an embarrassment to the human race. She is spiraling, and it is not pretty. She's also spiraling, and she's spitting fake news. So we're going to play that tape as well. Also, treasure hunters off the coast of Florida have struck gold, literally, and silver. So we're going to get into all that loot that they have gotten as well. Put your phones on Do Not Disturb. Nightly Scroll starts now. Do we have a roll? If we don't, that's okay. It did?
It rolled. I don't know about it.
We're still working things out. Don't worry. It's fine. All right. I haven't discussed the government shutdown here in DC because I genuinely do not care. I posted this on X the other day. I do not care about the government shutdown. I hate the government. I don't think that the people who choose to serve us really do serve us. I think a lot of them are self-serving. I think a lot of them are corrupt. And the reason why I don't care about the government shutdown is this happens all the time, right? I feel like all the hubbub about it is very sensationalist. It's just to get people, I don't know, all riled up, right? And it's just all the hubbub about it is it's all fake news, right? So I don't like it. I don't care. I think every few years this happens, and every single time all these people in DC, they just get, I don't know, they stay up all night, they pass whatever it is that they need to pass. What happens, right? They all just figure it out, and then the government is open again and everyone gets their paychecks. So this is why I don't care. These shutdowns seem kind of ceremonial to me. They just seem a little fake and gay, So I don't really care about the shutdowns. But while I'm here in DC, we're going to ask some people who live here and are living this, what they feel about this. And I'm going to pretend to care for just a few seconds. But, let's talk about Sombrero-gate, right? Because earlier in the week or last week, J.D. Vance, our vice president, he spoke to reporters in the White House briefing room, and he was saying that, Sombrero-gate can be over, right? I mean, Sombrero-gate, all we need is Democrats to come to the table, and we'll stop putting memes, and we'll stop putting sombreros on Hakeem Jeffries' head, and we'll stop putting mustaches on everyone. This is like the collateral, right? If you come to the table and we unshut down the government, we open the government back up, we turn the lights back on, all the memes will stop, right? But the White House today kind of upped the ante. If we can show everyone this, they posted even bigger sombreros. This is an even bigger sombrero on Hakeem Jeffries' head. And I just love to see that we're going to keep this going, right? How big can the sombrero get? How long can the government shutdown keep going? And honestly, like I said, I hate all this, right? It's Republicans getting mad at Democrats and blaming Democrats, and it's Democrats getting mad and blaming Republicans, and it's just a charade. The whole thing is a charade. So, it's also the United States Navy's 250th birthday celebrations, big celebrations yesterday. President Trump essentially had a rally yesterday where he spoke to troops. Also, he can't get enough of the rally type event. We're going to have to pry the rally from President Trump's cold, dead hands one day. He is going to ride off into the sunset doing these rallies. And this is where he does his best work, right? He works the crowd. He feeds off of the energy. If you've ever been to a Trump rally, by the way, They are absolutely electric. You can feel the energy coming off of the ground. You can feel it in the air. It's very, very cool. So I can see why President Trump loves it. He thrives in this environment. So yesterday was sort of like a rally. He even admitted it himself that this United States Navy birthday is going to be somewhat of a rally for him. And it was. And not only that, but Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, he spoke to all the midshipmen there, and here's what he had to say about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Listen to this.
Your diversity is not your strength. Your strength is your unity of purpose, your shared mission, your love of country.
Love of country, right? This is what it's all about. Your love of country and your commitment to basically giving your life for this country, laying your life potentially down on the line to protect everything that this nation stands for. That is what is supposed to unite our men and women in blue. That is supposed to unite our servicemen and women who are on the front lines. They are in our all the branches of the military, right? And so when he's speaking to the Navy there, it's not about what color your skin is. It's the color that, we all bleed red, white, and blue, right? We are Americans. We are patriots. And of course, these men and women who are putting their lives on the line, they are the ultimate patriots. So I want you to listen, because if you ask and you listen to the ladies on The View about our Secretary of War, they'll tell you that he's focusing on the wrong things, that he's not being uplifting, that he's basically body shaming these generals and admirals and, for not being up to snuff. But here's how the midshipmen welcomed our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Watch this. That is so cool to see. How cool is that? I absolutely love to see this. Did these men, by the way, look like they give a rip about, their Secretary of War kicking DEI to the curb? The military is where DEI goes to DIE. You're there to assert dominance. You're there to protect our country against all odds, all of our threats, our adversaries. This is what it's all about. So I absolutely love to see this. Taking a quick break to tell you about Boll and Branch. There is something about fall that makes you want to slow down. And after a busy summer, I am all about getting cozy on the weekends, comfort wheels, winding down to watch my favorite shows and scroll on my phone, of course. But honestly, I didn't think fall could get even better until I upgraded my bed with Boll and Branch. These sheets totally transformed my sleep. They've transformed my room into a sanctuary. Seriously, these signature sheets are buttery soft right out of the box, and it is kind of magical how they get softer with every single wash. They are made with 100% organic cotton. They are super breathable, which means I can add all the layers on and get cozy without getting too hot. And the new fall colors are an absolute vibe. Compared to my old sheets, it is night and day. You can feel the quality the second you slip into bed. I have never felt better. Start building your sanctuary of comfort this fall with Boll and Branch for a limited time and get 20% off your first set of sheets plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com/scroll. That is Boll and Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/scroll. And I hope you do, because I absolutely love my Boll and Branch sheets. I tell everyone I know to buy them. They are so wonderful. I've had them for years, even before they sponsored this show. So I'm a big, big fan of them. I mean every word I say, seriously. So I want to talk to you about how the left, I already talked about The View and how they're reacting to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth talking about how these standards for the military, these new fitness standards are not good, right? It's not good to keep, men and women on the same level. Of course, they admit this after they put men and women in sports and they don't see a problem with that. And now they have a problem with everyone being on the same level. Make it make sense. You can't. But Charlemagne the God is a leftist, and comedian Andrew Schultz, also on the left. I mean, he's kind of like I feel like they're centrist a little more, right? They're kind of these common sense liberals where they feel like the left has gotten way too progressive and they've kind of left them behind. But Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz, they were having a conversation about Pete Hegseth and the changes that he's making to the military, and they're all about him. Listen to this.
We repeat on the fat admirals and generals, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're not.
Yeah, I don't want no fat admirals in
No
general. That's the one thing Pete Hegseth said.
And
I'm
there's
like, you know
one
what?
standard. It's not a men's and women's standard. It's just one
You
standard.
can't have the strongest military in the world and not look the part, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
No,
I agree with Pete on the
authoritarian.
fat admirals in general.
I don't want fat admirals.
Who does?
I don't want fat admirals. I don't want fat generals. I mean, why would you? Why would you? You want to lead by example. Am I right?
100%.
You want the best of the best. I don't.
And that's what we are. We're the best of the best. So you better be able to do a pull up.
You better be able
run
to
half a mile.
And listen, I'm a woman and I can't do a pull up. I do assisted pull ups. I'm weak. And I'm in the gym like 6 days a week. I don't know what it is. I can't do a pull up. I can barely do push ups. I think I could do like 10 push ups, 5 if they're a really good form. And then my form starts to go down like that. So listen, if I can't make it in the military, okay, then I can't make it in the military. I can't make it as an FBI agent. I can't make it as all these things. That's okay. We want the best of the best on the front lines. We want the best of the best protecting us. So if you don't make the cut, then sorry, you're not supposed to be in this position, and that's okay. You can find other positions that don't require pull-ups and push-ups and being physically fit. You can serve your country in other ways. You can file paperwork or something.
So here's another thing. How long do we hold on to these dudes? Should you be in a place where you're like an admiral general at 82 years old? I mean, let's retire. You did a great job. Let's let some of these younger people take over and have a chance to serve in that kind of leadership capacity.
I totally agree. I agree. And on the topic of the United States Navy, I'm excited. Part of the reason why I'm here in DC is because Sean Spicer invited me to an event. Our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, he is going to be honoring Sean Spicer and promoting him to captain in the United States Navy. And Sean Spicer, when I was working for him at Newsmax, he was in the Navy Reserves, and he's been in the Navy for years. And I'm very excited to see him at this ceremony. It's going to be very nice. And I also was here because the Republican Study Committee was going to do a New Media Row event, which got canceled because of the government shutdown. But nonetheless, we are here. We are in DC. We're making the best of the situation. I'm very excited to go to the event tomorrow. But Justin and Andy and I, we've been out and about in DC all day. And, you know, I taped an interview earlier this morning that you're going to see later this week. But we were walking around. We were trying to do some man on the street footage. And I wanted to ask people about Trump and about the crime and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we couldn't find very many people who spoke our language. We were trying to interview some people, and no one spoke English. Everyone was a tourist.
No hablo English.
No habla inglés. Someone came up to me.
I was able to use a little bit of Espanol. And
No, you
a little
were
bit
not.
Of Francais.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And talk to people. So like I enjoyed it, but we didn't strike out with Americans. We struck out with Americans. Like,
We
where are
struck
you?
out. And then a woman came up to me and I asked her a question, obviously in English. And she said, no habla español. Me neither, girlfriend. I don't either. So I don't know. We were striking out, but we will put something on social later this week, and it's all good stuff. But we were out there walking for, I don't know, like 6 miles today. So we're very tired, hence the beers, hence the technical difficulties. We're making do here, but it's fun. But I want to talk about this crime problem in blue cities because it is still running rampant. And of course, Chicago and Portland are center stage. They are at the top of the very list here, starting in Chicago. Breitbart News reported that over the weekend, at least 13 people were shot on Friday into Saturday night alone. Just on one night, 13 people. And 4 of those people, unfortunately, passed away. They succumbed to those wounds. Then on Monday morning, CBS News noted that the weekend's total violence toll reached 30 people shot in Chicago just this weekend. Just this weekend. Come on. And then you have these mayors and these leaders in these local cities, and they're saying, don't send anyone President Trump. What you're doing is, that's unconstitutional, and we don't need you, and we don't need you here, and we don't need your help. It seems like they might need help. Seems like there's still a crime issue. But Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago has said that right-wingers want to see civil war, and that the President of the United States has effectively declared war on the people of Chicago. This kind of language is very dangerous. Not only that, I'm a right-winger. I don't want us to go to civil war. Do you want us to go to civil war?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. This is not what we want. We do not want this. But these are, again, Democrats stoking the flames. This is their violent rhetoric. And it's hyping up these protesters. They think that they are fighting an actual enemy. They think that President Trump is declaring war on them and their cities, which is, of course, very far from the truth. But on Saturday morning, because it seems to be the other way around, Border Patrol agents were conducting routine patrolling in Chicago, and they were attacked and rammed by vehicles. They were kind of blocked in by multiple vehicles. One of the women that were there, she was armed. So she was arrested and she was actually shot by police. They had to act in defense. And she had a semi-automatic weapon on her. So again, not only that, Tricia McLaughlin, who's a spokeswoman for DHS, said the armed woman was named in a CBP intelligence bulletin last week. She's been on their radar for doxing ICE agents and posting online to get these MFers. Don't let them take anyone. So again, these are leftists who are stoking flames. They want other people to dox ICE agents, attack ICE agents. This all, of course, comes as attacks on ICE agents are up over 1,000%. It's wild. But it gets even worse because in Chicago, where all of these attacks on ICE agents are, there was a group of protesters surrounding ICE agents, and the local police office there, the chief of patrol, said, do not respond to ICE agents' call for help. If you could see this, Bill Malugin at Fox had the exclusive, and he posted that bulletin from the police saying, when ICE calls for your help, we are not answering that call. So again, for Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago to say that President Trump has declared war on the people of Chicago, and then he's demanding that local law enforcement, they don't help ICE, they don't help federal law enforcement. Is it President Trump declaring war, or is it him? Is it the left? I mean, come on. Now, the crime is obviously not just happening in Chicago, it's happening in Portland as well. And I just had to share this classic video of a protester. I believe it was ICE, their official account, posted this on X saying, if you don't want to walk, it's okay. Pop. This is like, I have a TBT playlist on Spotify that's over 24 hours long. So if you want more music like this, you can find me on Spotify, and I have got you covered. But I want to play this video of Kamala Harris. She, of course, is on this book tour. She's trying to get people to buy her book. I don't know why anyone would buy her book. The only people that I've seen buy it are people in the media industry who have to report on it. I've seen friends of mine on the right say, I'm interested in what she has to say because, then we can comment on it. But I don't know who's buying this book. Again, you failed to win the election and you're trying to ride that high. I don't know who would want to hear from a loser. But anyway, she was speaking at the Hobby Center for the Arts. And she got pretty impassioned, emboldened. She was talking about how she actually didn't lose that badly in the 2024 election. Watch.
And here's the other thing that is quite unprecedented. And it was the tightest, closest presidential election in the 21st century. He does not have a mandate. That is not a mandate. That is not a mandate.
It was a mandate. It was
a mandate.
A mandate. Narrator, it was a mandate. Harris did not lose the closest election of the 21st century at all. That was not what happened. It was Trump beat Harris in the Electoral College. He beat her in every swing state, not sanctuary state, swing state. And it was the widest margin since 2012. So I don't know what Kamala Harris is talking about. She's completely lying through her teeth. I think this is one of those things where the more you tell yourself something, the more you start to believe it. I think that's what is happening here. And of course, she's speaking at this Hobby Center for the Arts in Houston, Texas, and everyone, all the clapping seals, she just lies and everyone's like, woo, you go, girl. No one cares. No one cares to fact check her. No one cares that, they just like to, she's spewing the lies and they like to hear it. She's just giving the people what they want. That's really it.
You know what's even more brutal, Hayley? I just looked it up. She actually read her own audiobook, 107 days or whatever. So like, even if poor people that have had to do job research for this, even if they tried to dodge the audiobook, like to try to get through it, they have to listen to her.
Oh, to Kamala Harris.
Yeah, they have to listen to Kamala Harris.
Right.
How'd she get through that audiobook without some alcohol?
No, but she sounds drunk whether she is or not. I don't know if she's drinking, but she sounds like it. Her and Nancy Pelosi, you never know how much vodka they've gotten into. But I would assume that when you write a book, you're expected to do the audiobook. I wouldn't want to hear from anyone else. And anyone interested in listening to Kamala Harris's book, I think would want to hear her.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, I would rather hear one of Elon's AI women talk to me.
I mean, me
than
personally,
Kamala
yes.
Harris talk.
But I think if you're thinking people who are buying her book, they want to hear from Kamala. They don't want to hear AI. They like her.
Well, I'm talking, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's selling any, but our poor friends that have to do this for, job research.
Right.
It's an unfortunate
No, that's
situation
tough.
for everybody involved.
But I listen to everything in double speed, so.
Oh God, imagine her in double, can you imagine her in double speed? in double speed,
her cackling in double speed. But honestly, if she's kind of
should sound like Axl Rose in double speed.
When she's in one of those drunken, when she talks kind of slow and she's kind of slurring, I feel like double speed would bring her up to like a normal person, I don't know.
That's great logic.
Here's a crazy story out of North Carolina. This is Charlotte, North Carolina again, where, I don't know why. I literally cannot speak today. Things are not going well. Thanks for sticking with me tonight. Charlotte, North Carolina, a bus driver who used to go by Miss Sharon. Spoiler alert, he's not a Miss and he's not a Sharon. His name is LaTwain Darrell Tate. And LaTwain Darrell Tate is almost 50 years old. He's a bus driver.
Damn.
And he is facing numerous charges for allegedly sexually assaulting 2 teenagers while being a bus driver. This is disgusting. I mean, you're calling yourself Miss Sharon. He was arrested on Tuesday of last week, and he is facing and charged with 2 counts of statutory rape, 6 counts of indecent liberties with a minor. This is horrible. He's accused of assaulting at least 4 boys between age 14 and 15, but authorities there in Charlotte say that he could have assaulted more. There might be more victims, which we know in cases like this, sometimes it takes people a while to come forward. Maybe they're anxious about coming forward or what have you. So this might be even worse, but I am calling on schools to up their vetting process. This is what happened. This is what needs to happen in schools. You got to get the woke indoctrination out of there. You got to fire these like woke teachers. I don't care if you're leftist in your real life or you're liberal. I don't care if your teacher votes for Kamala Harris. As long as they keep that out of the classroom, fine. But these activists need to get out of the educational profession. They just do. And I know that's a tall order, but they just do. I don't know how they do it, but they have to. Maybe we just have to dismantle the entire Department of Education and burn it to the ground and start over. But I hope that President Trump can do something on that front because it's horrible. Indoctrination out. Every door has to be guarded by an armed security officer or police officer. Again, it'll create jobs in this country and it will deter people who have nefarious intentions. Then you need to vet people. You can't have pedophiles working at schools, and you have to up the vetting process for people who want to work in schools because there are people who want to do harm to children. They are going to apply for jobs in school to get closer to potential victims. Like, hello, I don't know why this always happens, but
the sad side of this is obviously that there have been children exposed to this and hurt. That's obvious. That's obviously sad. But what in the heck is going on with these school systems? Like, if you take a look at whatever that is, it's Halloween now, and I've seen one of those at that aisle in Walmart. What is this doing driving kids? And 2 weeks ago we covered where a criminal who falsified education and falsified a resume, made it all the way to
the superintendent.
top job in the
Iowa.
district as superintendent. Like, vet people, you don't have, I mean, we don't need a A97 clearance, you know, to be working in education. But my goodness, like, is the resume real? That guy driving the bus don't pass the eye test.
Right.
He couldn't even make it up the steps to this studio.
Right.
There's no possible. He couldn't get into the bar downstairs beside the studio.
Right.
He doesn't pass the test.
No, I know. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. And he looks like a man in a wig. He was going by Miss Sharon. No one questions that. Again, this is the problem with these laws on the books in these leftist, liberal blue cities. They will say it's discrimination to not allow trans people around children or not allow. It's not even about the trans people. You need to vet people and make sure that they do not want to do harm to children and they are not pedophiles. I'm sorry. You have to take extra care when it comes to our children. It's just horrible. How do you guys feel? Are you guys big comedy guys? I love comedy, stand-up comedy. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Who are your favorites?
I think like honestly, who's hot right now?
Yeah.
Schultz. I think Theo Vaughn is hot. When Theo Vaughn is at the top of his game from a mental health standpoint, I think he had a bad sort of situation where he did a Netflix taping in maybe New York and it didn't go as well as he wanted to. Theo Vaughn is at the top of his game. Joe Rogan is good. Everybody would say the king is Dave Chappelle, but none of them. Eddie Murphy is the GOAT.
Okay.
Is the GOAT. Jamie Foxx can play the piano, can sing, can do impressions, can act, has been in big movies, does stand up. I mean, these guys are great. So I mean, stand up's awesome, but the podcast stand up culture right now is a lot of fun.
I have been very blessed to see a lot of people live. I've seen Nate Bargatze, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, Louis C.K. Who else? I don't know who else. I've seen. I have not.
Shane Gillis.
I haven't seen Shane Gillis, but I do really like Shane Gillis. Kill Tony, great. Theo Vaughn, great. I haven't seen him though. Matt Rife. People say that he's good with crowd work, but I watched his Netflix special. I wasn't super impressed. And also people just like don't like him for whatever reason. I don't know if he was like dating two girls at once, people got mad. But if you look like that, you more than likely you have more than one girlfriend.
If he looks like what? What if he looks like what?
He's just got like a chiseled jawline. He's like handsome Squidward.
All
you
right.
know?
I feel you there.
If you know what I mean. No one in the chat's gonna know what I mean. But that's okay. Anyway, I ask all of this because there's a comedy festival going on right now in Saudi Arabia. It's the Riyadh Comedy Festival, and it kicked off September 26th, and it is going until October 9th, I believe. And here are just some of the comedians that are there. Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, Pete Davidson, Andrew Schultz, Whitney Cummings, Aziz Ansari, Mark Normand, Tom Segura, Louis C.K., Sebastian Maniscalco. I love Sebastian Maniscalco, by the way. I would love to see him live. I haven't yet.
Hilarious.
He's
he
on my list.
Italian thing.
He's on my bucket list for sure. I've also seen Ricky Gervais. That's who I was thinking of. I don't know if I mentioned him before, but yeah. I'm very blessed in the comedy department to have seen all these people. But Chris Stefano. So a lot of these names, and that's not even scratching the surface. There's so many names. If you can think of someone big in comedy, they were pretty much there, right? So it's running through, I think Wednesday or Thursday of this week, and the festival was organized by the Saudi Tourism Authority, and they are trying to attract more visitors, more tourists. And, as we know, the Saudis have been trying to get involved in American culture in a big way in recent years, certainly with Live Golf, with the World Cup. So anyway, speaking of Shane Gillis said no. Shane Gillis said they were offering an F ton of money, and he said no to the Saudis. But it's interesting because
my boy Shane Gillis, the but I here over here, but lie over here, where here?
I guess why did he do? It's Travis Kelce who did the Bud Light thing. Shane Gillis did the Bud Light thing.
Post Malone was in the Bud Light.
Post Malone, right? Yeah. I guess they had a lot of money, and they were like, we need to throw money at guys that conservative guys like to get people back drinking Bud Light. Hey, Andy's drinking Bud Light right now, so maybe it worked.
Oh, people pay attention to me, y'all. It's gonna Bud Light. Pay me, Bud Light.
So, interestingly enough, Jessica Kirson is a lesbian comedian. She has been now the first comedian to come out and apologize for taking part in the festival at all. She has said, "I express my sincere regret for having performed under a government that continues to violate fundamental human rights." She went on to say that she donated all the money that she had gotten from this festival already to a human rights organization. I haven't heard what organization that is. Kind of seems like fake to me, but she says, okay, I'm apologizing. Sorry, I shouldn't have taken this Saudi blood money, and now I'm giving it back to a human rights organization. So, live golfers get this same criticism. Like, how could you take Saudi money? And a lot of it stems from, bad blood because of 9/11. And Pete Davidson, the comedian, his father died during 9/11, and he is performing. He took the Saudi money and he's performing in this comedy thing. So it's interesting. What do you guys think about this? Is it
Listen, anytime
take the money and run, or what?
These Saudi people ain't playing around. You saw it with Live Golf. I mean, some of this is generational
Money.
If I can just take a second, your boy Bryson, what Bryson do? He took the money and ran. Mm-hmm. Dustin Johnson took the money and ran. I mean, I know we're talking about something else here, but like they're getting involved in martial art, combat sports. I believe I've heard they're getting involved in World Cup
and football now too, right?
Racing.
Didn't they just get Tom Brady? Didn't they just hand him like $84 million to play a single football game?
It's big money.
So what's the downside to this? The Saudis are funding all of our pastimes. Like, what does that do?
I mean, you make your choice. Lines in the sand. No pun intended. The sand. No pun intended. You make your choice. But they ain't playing around. I mean, those people
I know
there's
they've got
trillions of
money,
dollars. And so they're not when they want to bring something in there and influence culture, I mean, some of it I think is like they see how a market can be more entertaining and more fun. Certainly with golf. And what did the PGA do? Responded. PGA didn't have a choice.
Right.
They responded to that. They were a boring league. To see team golf happen at the Ryder Cup and how ratings go through the roof, well, that's what Live Golf is. It's team golf,
right?
And it's a blast, but it's not been embraced by America. But certainly, it's funded and executed. Oh,
it's getting there
by the Saudis. So I don't know that I have a problem with it as long as they're really paying these guys. A lot of these comedians deserve more money than they're making too. I mean, unless you have a Netflix special, I don't know. I think if you can get that bag and you're a pro, do it.
Shout out Vince in the chat, and he comes in and says, if the Saudis start sponsoring women's auto racing, they've come a long way.
I don't think the Saudis are going to be sponsoring any women doing anything except covering up and shutting up. But anyway, speaking of treasure and money, there is a group on the Treasure Coast of Florida. I know we're in DC. We're in DC tonight, and we're covering Florida news. This is like where we're from, Vero Beach, just like an hour north of us. But there's a group called, what is it called? 1715 Fleet Queen Jules LLC. So this is a group because this Spanish fleet of 12 ships, they were on their way to Cuba, and then they're going back to Spain with all this treasure that they had. This is in the 1700s, of course. And then they shipwrecked right off the coast of Florida, and now it's called the Treasure Coast. And, there's this group that I just mentioned, and 300 years later, after the shipwreck in 2015, so 10 years ago, they recovered 350 gold coins, and it was valued at $4.5 million. Now, just last week, they discovered 1 million more. Not a million coins. Coins valued at $1 million. So now they have $5.5 million worth of these coins that they found in the ocean. This is crazy to me.
Well, this is right by us. I
mean, by
us. It's probably 45 minutes north, but we live on a the Space Coast is where Cape Canaveral is, and
some
all
of those
that.
coins
We're called the Treasure Coast.
Some of those coins have surely floated down our way.
Well, all the hurricanes and churning and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But like good for these dudes.
Good for these dudes.
You know what you're going to see now? 900-year-old men who live in Florida who look like, 100-year-old leather, they're going to be out with metal detectors by the droves.
But I was thinking that, right? Because people hear this and they think, oh, well, if they got $1 million, I'm going to go diving in the ocean and I'm going to try to find my own treasure, right? No. Apparently this group is the only group they have claimed the treasure. They have claimed the treasure. They are the only people who can find the treasure and keep the treasure. It is crazy. I just read this. So they own the exclusive salvage rights to the remains of the 1715 shipwrecks and serve as custodian of the U.S. District Court of Southern District of Florida, meaning they are the only ones who can legally reclaim artifacts from the 1715 fleet. So if you're in the area, don't try this at home. You can't take home money. I think that's unfair. I think it should be finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
If I find coins on the beach,
what happened to that?
If I can't turn it in, I'll take it to the pawn shop. I ain't giving it to this guy just so I can find his money.
Right.
You know what I mean? What would you do? You gonna find 30 gold coins on the beach, and then it's worth $500,000, and then turn it to this guy and make no money?
And where do you
I'll take it
cash
to the pawn
in?
shop.
Where do you cash in coins from the 1700s?
Pawn shop. Give me my money. give me $700.
All right, I made a note here to you guys are going to help me slide into J Dart's DMs because J Dart was talking about conspiracy theories. And he basically said that he does not believe that the moon landing is real, which of course piqued my attention because I also don't think the moon landing was real, much to the dismay of many people in the chat who will send me long emails saying that I am wrong and they are right. Listen, I don't know. I just think it's weird that we haven't been back, and I think it's weird that no one else has ever been there. I don't know. I think it's odd. So what's his Instagram?
Oh, I don't know.
It's J Dart. It's J Dart, baby. Capital
His name's
B.
Jackson?
J Dart, baby.
Jackson Dart.
Capital B.
Oh, I'm spelling Jackson wrong. My bad.
Does everybody completely understand who Jackson Dart is?
Yeah, did you give him a full
I
answer?
Yeah, did you
don't.
give him a full
Explain
answer?
for the chat.
Okay,
I don't know.
Listen, y'all.
I'm just sliding
Hold
into
up,
his
hold up,
DMs. I
listen.
don't know.
I'm gonna look at the camera. Jackson Dart is now the starting quarterback for the New York Giants, who replaced
Giants.
a veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. And he's been surprisingly good in mini camp, surprisingly good preseason, and so now he has won a game, his first game started,
came
and
out and
probably
won. He beat the
saved the
3-0
whole
Chargers.
coaching staff,
Yep.
right? And so upon his win, we have tried to see if Hayley can
Well, not
get
just
him
that.
on the show.
We want to get him on the show
Hayley
because
was
he's a
intrigued,
conspiracy
yeah.
theorist. He does not believe in the moon landing, as do I. So I think it'd be fun to get Jackson Dart on the show, and we can talk about conspiracies and whatever else. So the other day I was mentioning to the guys, like, we should get Jackson Dart on the show. And they said, oh yeah, you should just slide into his Instagram DMs and say this, quote, "What up, dog? Congrats on the big dub." Which I'm like, I don't speak like that. So we need to come up with a DM that I can slide in, and it needs to be good.
I think we already have.
Yeah,
I'm not saying what up,
Jay,
dog.
what up, J Dart, baby? Congrats on the big dub. Heck of a win. It's happening.
If a girl
Come on,
slid
show.
into
Big
your
dub for the
DMs,
G-men.
I know you were
What'd it
all
do?
married and you have girlfriends or whatever, but if a girl slid into your DMs and said, "What up, dog?" Are you like into that or no?
I mean, it'd be new thing. Like, it'd be different. You're setting yourself out, right? You're not
I'm
just like
setting myself apart.
exactly. You're
Listen, he
separating
probably
from the
will
pack.
not. He probably will not answer.
Well,
but
not if he's like, "Hello, Jackson, dearest Jackson Dart."
okay, well, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Like,
my-
You're not.
Yo,
You're
Jay.
not. You're not writing a pen pal letter.
But I can't even say
this kid is a millennial who is just starting to be, and he wears one of those like headbands over his hair.
I
and
see that.
He lives in a penthouse in New York City. I guarantee
Good for
you,
him.
I guarantee you he wears joggers.
But I
you know,
can't
and
say
he's-
congrats on the dub.
J.
Didn't
Dart,
they
baby.
lose last night?
Yeah, well, we were talking about
Yeah,
this.
we were
The other
talking
night.
about the other game.
He won his first game,
So
lost the second.
you might have
Okay.
to put the almost dub because they barely lost. But
Ooh, I don't think I think if I slide on and say congrats on the almost dub, there's no way he's coming on the show. So I can't even type the words "what up, dog." It's like
WADDUP.
what up? And it's DAWG. Do not say DOG. It's dog.
I wish you guys could see me DMing right now. I literally have "what up, dog" written down. Oh my gosh, I'm going to regret this big time. What up, dog? Come on the show. Come on my show, and we can talk conspiracy theories.
And tell him that, like, I would like to have a couple of questions about, like, what he thinks about the Cowboys secondary being trash, considering they're in the same division. He plays the Cowboys.
This has got to be short and sweet. So I'm saying, what up, dog?
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
Come on my show, and we can talk conspiracy theories. The moon landing.
And how trashy the Cowboys defense is.
Totally fake. What should I say? Help me.
Yeah, how we didn't go to the moon in 1969, and do you think it was filmed and presented to America? Dog.
What up, dog? Come on my show and we can talk conspiracy theories. No way we made it to the moon. Should I give him my number? No, he could just DM me.
I mean, how serious? It's just J Dart.
I already sent it.
It's J Dart.
I sent it. What up, dog? Come on my show. We can talk conspiracy theories. No way we made it to the moon.
I'm looking forward to this.
DM sent.
J Dart.
I just want you guys to see DM has been sent to J Dart. So J Dart, if you're watching this, and I know you are, please come on the show. The moon landing was totally fake. Okay, so I can't see the videos that you got. So let's not do scrolling time, but I do, and I can't blind react unless it's just I can listen to the audio and blind react, but I do have questions from Friday that I didn't get into, so we could just do that if we.
Yeah, hit those questions. You know what I mean? And also, I will try to stir up a few questions in the chat, like if they would have any amending or anything to that J Dart baby.
Well, it's too late to amend. It's too late to amend the DM because the DM has been sent. So, but if there's any other celebrities that I should slide into the DMs, let me know and let me know what I should say. I feel like we were talking earlier about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown would be fun to talk to.
I mean, he is.
Again, what up, dog?
Antonio, what up? What up, AB? How is your brain? Yeah, is your brain fried?
I don't think that would be very nice to slide in and say that.
How were the helmets 10 years ago when you played football?
Not working. Okay, questions from Friday. Someone asked me a weird flavor combination that I like. I don't think I have very many weird flavor combinations, but I love sour stuff. When I was little, I used to eat lemons, which is, I think, weird. People probably don't do that, but I love sour stuff. Sour candy, love. Weird flavor combination. This is a weird snack that I eat, but I will dip pretzels in cream cheese. Is that disgusting? No. It tastes good.
Not regular cheese, cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
I don't think...
Regular cheese is fine, too.
You think a pretzel could go into... Dylan, what do you think? A pretzel can go into anything?
Not everything.
Dylan...
Wow.
My man here, Dylan, says not everything, but cream cheese. Maybe we might have. You might have a maybe.
That's
He's
fine.
not afraid to try it, people.
Don't yuck my yums. It's okay. Someone said, do you get nervous flying? I used to. I used to get nervous flying. I used to literally not eat before getting on the plane for days. I was so nervous. I would have panic attacks in the bathroom. The only thing that helped me get better is like exposure therapy. The more I fly, now I don't care at all. Now I don't get nervous. Now I can fly to Europe. The only thing is I do have family in Australia and I am afraid to get on that flight to visit them. That's a long time to be on a plane. I think
I was on a plane from
20 plus hours. It's like a full day on the plane.
Yeah, I was on a plane from Lagos, Nigeria to Atlanta, and that's one flight.
What were you doing in Nigeria?
I was doing documentary film work on people that were moving from these big outreach type Billy Graham kind of things that they were doing, like crusade type ministry events, down to like, because they were getting attacked by the Boko Haram in the northern part of the state.
Okay.
So they were literally getting attacked by militant Muslims. You know, it's like Nigeria is like a 50-50 Christian Muslim state. And so they were for like 5 years, they had been training them into operating in small groups. And so we were doing documentary footage about that.
Interesting.
So that's what I was doing. But that flight was like 15 and a half hours. So that wasn't fun.
I think the longest flight I've been on is 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours.
Europe?
Yeah. But it was fine. It was fine. I got through it. And now to answer your question, I am not afraid of flying, but I used to be very much so. Someone asked me what I'm going to be for Halloween, and now I'm not going to answer this question, but I am going to tease the fact that I have decided I'm going to dress up Monday through Friday, the week of Halloween. So I put on X to give me some suggestions, and I'm not going to tell you which ones I'm going to do for sure, but I have a list. I'm going to start collecting the makeup that I need, the hair products that I need, the costumes that I need, and we're going to do some kind of a giveaway. Like if you guess who I'm going to be the next day, we'll give you something, send you something. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, but I'm excited for that. And I was joking with Justin earlier because I said, of course, the day that I dress up as like a clown or something, there's going to be a terror attack that I have to cover off the top of the show, and I'm going to be dressed as a damn clown. But
always rolling the dice.
It's always interesting.
You got to be fully committed to this week.
Commit to the bit.
Bathe this week in prayer. No massive terror attacks. Let's not have any shootings. Let's have a lighthearted week.
A lighthearted week 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now.
And then what'll happen is that hit'll get picked up by every major news outlet in America.
It's going to be me covering.
You're breaking news, and Hayley Caronia breaks news of massive attack somewhere in the world,
and I'm in like one of those fat samurais.
Yeah, you're in a fat sumo outfit.
I'm in that frog outfit that the protester got blasted by pepper spray in. That's what I'm gonna wear on the show, or like a Joe Biden mask. That would be funny. All right, no more hints. Sorry, we're not going to talk about this because this has to be secret. Any questions in the chat, or I'll keep going? Hit me with some live questions, guys. Someone says, do you talk during movies or do you not pay attention? If I'm watching a movie at home, I might talk if I have a question and I can ask the person next to me. What is this?
Those are the blind readers. Just cue them.
Oh. If I'm sitting next to someone and I have a question, I might ask them, but I am more so going to scroll on my phone during a movie. But if I'm in a movie theater, I'm not acting a fool. I am being a good person. I'm not talking. I'm not scrolling on my phone. I mean, I'm just being kind and respectable.
All right, we got one from the chat. I just saw. I like it. What's your go-to comfort food?
Macaroni and cheese. Buffalo chicken macaroni and cheese. Pretzels and cream cheese is not my like comfort food, but it is a snack that sometimes
And we got a golf question. What's your golf handicap?
I believe it's 11, according to 18 Birdies. I just started tracking this a few months ago. So hold on, 11.1 is my handicap. We're going to get better, okay? I haven't played in like a month. I got a little spooked after I threw my club into the lake on Labor Day because it was pouring rain and I was playing in the pouring rain and my club slipped out of my hands and I dumped it in the lake and I haven't been back since. So I've got to get back out there and get back on the horse. Someone asked me, where do you get your music from? What do you like to listen to? I believe I've answered this question a few times before, but I like EDM, especially when I'm working out or driving to work, especially when I have to get there fast. It pumps me up and I get to work on time. I also like to listen to rap, hip hop. I also listen to podcasts when I'm grocery shopping, meal prepping, cleaning my apartment. That's my podcast time. Or getting ready, for, like putting my makeup on, I'll listen to podcasts. So that's it. I've been listening to Brooke and Connor make a podcast. It's not political. It's like total brain rot, but I like that. Daddy Issues is a fun podcast. It's father and son lawyers, and they fight about politics, which is interesting. They haven't had an episode in a while, though. I listen to Candace Owens.
Is everything okay with the dad and the...
I don't know.
What I mean?
Great question. I don't know.
Is it over for him?
That's a great question. I think the son got married and he was on his honeymoon and maybe they took the summer off or something, but I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if they're okay. Why hasn't the Trump administration designated the Democrat Party as terrorists like Antifa? Because not all Democrats are terrorists, so I think you probably can't designate them as a terrorist organization if they're not. But Antifa certainly, if you are violent and you are part of these like take down Tesla organizations and you are funded by these dark money groups and you are wreaking havoc on society, I think that you should be designated as a domestic terrorist. Have you picked a firearm? I have not, but I am proud to announce that Justin and Guy took me to a gun show last weekend. So I am getting my hands on some firearms. We are going to take some classes, go shooting, and TBD. I will be also... Dan told me that I must stay strapped. And I agree that I need to do that. So someone said dream guest, Dylan Mulvaney, hands down Dylan Mulvaney. I would love to. Yes.
Give me two reasons why.
Two reasons why.
Because the first one you've probably thought about, but the second one will be spontaneous. So give me 2 reasons.
I will give you 3 reasons. A, it would go viral. B, I think it's important to sit down with people on the other side of the aisle and have constructive conversations. I would not be combative. I would be super respectful. I want to basically bridge the gap and have a conversation with this person that has become like this boogeyman, like the Bud Light cancel culture, all that stuff. I want to know what that was like. I also want to know about his faith. He talks about growing up Catholic and speaking to priests in recent years, kind of like wrestling with his faith and what's going on. So I think that would be super interesting. I'm sure he would not come on, especially because I'm calling him he right now. But
well, I mean, I think we got.
I think it'd be interesting.
I think we got somebody that like if that was
Jackson Dart, Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, you beat me to my joke. J Dart, baby. You got a home here, buddy. Come on.
Any more questions in the chat? Because I've got one more here.
They were coming through here. I'll get you one. You do the one you have. And
Come
I'll
on,
get
chat.
You one more.
Come on, chat. More questions. We got 90 seconds left in the show. Hit me with some more questions. Also, someone asked, would you ever sell the rights to an AI likeness of yourself? Hell no. Absolutely not. AI freaks me out. I have some AI videos that I'll probably play for you guys next week that are funny. AI is funny, but I'm not selling the rights to my own likeness. I do not want some AI version of me saying, I don't even know what. I'm not doing any of that. That's scary. It's Black Mirror stuff. I don't like that. I'm definitely not doing that. Wow, no one wants to ask me a question.
So what is your drink of choice? Like if
drink
you
of
know
choice.
What I mean? Like I'm assuming this means like really maybe bouge alcoholically, alcohol beverage.
Right. I love
alcoholically bouge.
This is not an alcoholic okay. I only drink water with lemon or electrolytes or plain, coffee, and alcohol. Those are the only things I drink. I don't really drink soda. I don't drink juice. I don't drink anything but water, coffee, and alcohol. So on to the adult beverage conversation. I'm drinking a Stella right now. Beer is not my go-to, but I will drink it. I love wine. I don't discriminate. White wine, red wine, rosé. Love it. Justin makes fun of me because I say I'm a seasonal wine drinker. I like to drink red wine when it's cold out in like the fall and the winter. It's like cozy.
Y'all, seriously, Justin has a refined
He's
palate.
A wine connoisseur.
He's one of these guys that will take the sip and do the mouth swish, smell.
He's a
What
sommelier.
I mean? And so like he knows his stuff, and he pairs wines with the meal.
You pair with your meal, like not what color the leaves are.
I agree. I know nothing about that. Like Tennessee people drink light beer and moonshine.
And moonshine, right?
And so moonshine is okay with every beer, or
any
moonshine drop in a beer and drink it. It's okay with every.
What is that called?
It's called trouble.
No, because it's like if you drop sake in beer, it's a sake bomb. But what is that? What is moonshine in beer? That's got to be
a Kentucky waterfall. When you get a glass of beer and you drop a shot down in there. That's a
Kentucky waterfall. I like that. So wine, yes, I drink it seasonally. White in the summer and spring because you could put some ice in it. Red wine is normally room temp. So again, I think that this is a seasonal thing. Justin thinks I'm crazy. But But yeah. And then I love dirty martinis and I love tequila. So dirty martinis, and I love like a margarita tequila soda with lime. Do I sound like an alcoholic?
Wasn't gonna say it.
Because I'm not.
Chad has been kind, and they haven't said it. We asked for your drink, and then you gave the Cheesecake Factory menu. So we're
No,
How many drinks there, Chad? What's your favorite kind of beer? Oktoberfest. Like the drink? No, everything at Oktoberfest.
Everything.
Every beer at
No.
Oktoberfest. Yeah.
And I normally just drink on the weekends. I don't drink during the week because I get up early to go to the gym. But unless it's Monday night, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock Central or Mountain right now.
What's your favorite kind of water? Margaritas.
All right. I mean, we're 2 minutes over. Are there any,
We started 4 minutes late.
are there any other questions, or should we call it a day? And I'll see everyone tomorrow.
Someone said, have you ever had a Jaeger bomb?
No. What is a Jaeger bomb?
It's when you drop Jaeger in a...
Jaeger in a beer?
Yeah, that's sort of the...
No, I don't think I've ever had...
I believe it's when you drop a shot of Jaeger in a beer, which is what I was telling you is the Kentucky waterfall. When you
What
drop
is
moonshine.
Jägermeister? Just like
Yes, the chat will tell us here. Is
a brown
Jägermeister-
liquor or something?
Yeah, no, I believe it's a.
You ever had it?
Digestive with 56 herbs and spices.
Have you ever had a fire and ice shot? It's really scary. It's Fireball and Rumplemints, and it's like cinnamon and mint. So am I doing these blind reactions or no?
Sure.
So I'm just watching them here. Are they gonna be able to listen?
Yeah. We'll just do it simultaneously.
Okay, let me know when to.
I have a dream that one day that ceiling device in my house would stop making those fucking beeping noises.
You know what they call that? The African ceiling bird or something? People say that all the time. Like the, I'm like saying that wrong. I did save a few of those AI videos for the next time we do scrolling time. I have a few of them. Is there another one?
Yeah, scroll up.
Scroll up. Okay.
You looking at a girl?
I'm looking at a guy with a beard.
No, the other way.
Oh, I'm JD Vance. I see JD Vance.
This is so well produced.
I see a guy with a beard hate Taylor Swift.
Oh, perfect.
That's
You
it.
hate Taylor Swift's lyrics. Just pretend they were written by MF Doom.
I was your father figure. We drank that brown liquor. You made a deal with this devil. Turns out my dick's bigger. You wanna fight, you found it. I got the place surrounded. You'll be sleeping with fishes before you know that you're drowning. Whose portrait's on the mantle? Who covered up your scandals? Mistake my kindness for weakness and find your card canceled. I was your father figure. You pulled the wrong trigger. This empire belongs to
Are
me,
they?
Taylor.
There's no way.
Yeah, I believe so.
No.
That seems aggressive.
I like that better.
You know what I mean? Like she's a hard hitting gangster on this new album.
She's trying to be Sabrina Carpenter and she's not, you know? You guys don't even find Sabrina Carpenter like sexy, right?
I find her gross.
I have no.
But Justin doesn't like Sabrina Carpenter because she has bangs.
That's also true.
Apparently bangs on a woman makes you not attractive.
I've never seen bangs work.
Really?
Yeah.
And Sabrina Carpenter feels like she's not ever leaving the 8th grade.
She's like
she looks like
small,
an 8th. She
yeah.
looks, yes,
But
like
she's
an 8th
trying to
grader.
leave the 8th grade just by overly sexualizing. literally
I
everything she
don't
does.
get.
But
I
that's
don't
why
get
I
the
think
music.
it's also cringe to see Taylor Swift over sexualizing herself when she's not that. She's not
I
like
just don't pay attention to
Yeah,
her, so
I've
it
said
doesn't
this
affect me as
before on the
much.
podcast, and you catch stuff for it. But listen, like Taylor Swift is a songwriter. Like she's a songwriter. She'll go. You might not think so, but like at the end of the
Karma
day,
is a cat.
she's going to be in the country music and pop music songwriting Hall of Fame. So nobody sucks if they're put in a Hall of Fame in country music and pop music. Now you could not like her music. I understand that. And
I will
don't
say-
like
Here
the
comes
tone.
this rant again.
I don't. I'm just saying. Even if she writes music for other people to sing, she has hits that you don't even know that she's written that other people have sing. So it's like I like that she can grab a guitar and sit down and play a song, and I think that's where she's at her best. I don't think dancing with a bunch of girls around her at
Right.
a stadium dressed like a showgirl is her best. That's my point.
No, I agree. Well, I won't yuck anyone's yums. I know some people like her, but I don't. Anyway, thank you for watching tonight on Rumble from the Rumble Studios here in DC. Again, thank you to Rumble for allowing us to be here. It's been so much fun. And thank you for watching. Of course, you can tune in tomorrow. I'm going to have awesome interviews lined up all week long, so make sure you're tuned in. Rumble.com/Hayley is where you can watch Nightly Scroll live and in full. Of course, you can catch little clips on X and Facebook, but make sure you're on Rumble and you're subscribed to the Bongino Report channel so you never miss a show. And if you can't catch us at 6, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. See you later.